Hey everybody, welcome to a very special video that I felt really compelled to make. Even though there's a lot more advice out there than we'll ever need, I just want to throw a little bit more at you. However, this advice is going to be unique and special, I promise. My first little tidbit before we get into the 10 tips is to remember this. We are here to build what makes us happy, not to stress about what the internet might think. We should focus on our own joy and let the rest just fall into place. If that's all you get from this video, well, my mission is accomplished. But let's grab some coffee or tea and chat about where to find some killer inspiration for your Sims builds. This one is going to seem very obvious, so I'm going to include it as a freebie. It's social media. Yeah, I know, groundbreaking stuff. But stick with me here because I know we are all guilty of mindlessly scrolling ourselves into oblivion. However, we can scroll with a purpose instead of just rotting our brains with memes. We can use those hashtags for good. There's Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok, even Tumblr if you're feeling nostalgic. You could also try Facebook groups. I'm in like 5 or 6, but there are tons out there. All this stuff is just waiting to be stumbled upon. One more piece of advice before we get into the 10 tips is that if you're feeling overwhelmed by immediately starting with a house, no worries. Start with a story or character instead. Seriously, it's way easier to figure out what the house should look like when you know who's living there, and you can ask yourself these 3 things. Who are they? What weird stuff do they get up to? And how will they make it happen? Once you've got that sorted, the perfect home, or chaotic mess, will practically build itself. Trust me. Now that we know who we're building for, we can head over to floorplans.com and find all of our floor plan dreams. You already know who's living there, so just pick the right size and style. Then you can browse to your heart's content. Don't worry, I will not judge you for how long you spend on here, or if you make a Pinterest board of the plans that you like. Next up, Dribble with 3 Bs. This site is like creativity on crack cocaine. Every time I browse it, I feel a rush of ideas. Yes, even for that sim who just sits around in nothing but bunny slippers all day. You'll find tons of ideas that bring a very specific sim to life, and once you see it, you'll know exactly what their house should look like. It's a great way to get your creative juices flowing. Now I'd like to talk about good old Redbubble and Etsy. Have you ever noticed how everyone's phone case basically screams who they are? Like my boyfriend, for example, would totally have a Godzilla phone case. What about you? What does your case look like, and what does that say about you? More importantly, what does your Sims phone case say about them? Redbubble is an excellent place to look at phone cases. However, if you want something that is especially unique and kind of crazy, I suggest using Etsy. There's a lot of very personalized cases and home decor there. Confession time. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. I have been living for home tours on Architectural Digest and apartment therapy. But in all seriousness, if you really want to check out some fantastic before and afters, go to that section on apartment therapy. It's proof that with your creativity, and let's be real, about $600 to $5,000, anything is possible. HGTV it up for those Sims, you know what I'm saying? I used to work in real estate during the era of Sims 3, and my lunch breaks were basically spent drooling over MLS listings. There's just something about finding a gorgeous home that makes you feel warm and fuzzy inside. And I still use this for browsing, mostly cities that I want to live in and houses that I cannot afford because, the United States finances are broken. But hey, dreaming is free, right? We can't spend all of our time dreaming on the internet. Sometimes we do have to get out of the house and take a walk. Yeah, go touch grass outside where the sun is. Walking can clear your mind and give you a fresh perspective. I even play design bingo to force myself to notice details I'd usually miss, as I can be kind of oblivious sometimes. If leaving the house does sound like too much, no worries. Google Earth can kind of give you that same feeling. Devin Bumpkin has an amazing series on how to use Google Earth to build homes, and it is just mwah, chef's kiss. Let's talk about TV shows and movies. There are some sets that just stand out above the rest, and you can usually find those set designs online. It's pretty much a goldmine of inspiration. Or if you're feeling a little bit artsy and also kind of extra, you can watch the movie or show and sketch out the design yourself. Not only does this help you hone your designer's eye, but it's also a great excuse to rewatch your favorite shows. If you are in the mood for an adventure outside, why not visit a design showroom or IKEA? Seeing how professionals put pieces together in real life can be a game changer. It's kind of like stepping into a 3D version of your Sims build. Trust me, watching textures and design elements come to life in person will breathe life into your builds. Art galleries and museums or local art fairs are another fantastic way to get inspired. Here in Kansas City, we've got First Friday Art Walks, which are basically a designer's dream. Plus, you get to explore unique architecture and soak in different styles and ideas. Who doesn't love a little culture with their inspiration?
I've been working really hard this week. Maybe I should go out tonight. Yeah, I'll go out.
All I can say is ooh la la, ooh la la, ooh la la, ooh. I can't help you, turn me on so bad.
I've saved the very best for last. Whether it's the library, a thrift store, or your favorite indie bookstore, books are an endless source of inspiration. I could spend hours getting lost in shelves, finding books on home design, photography, or even faraway places. The diversity is mind-blowing, and it's the perfect way to kickstart your creativity. I mean, come on, seriously, who does not love the smell of a bookstore? Remember, my loves, inspiration is all around you. You just have to be open to seeing it. Think of looking for inspiration as a skill, like building itself. It takes time, patience, and practice to hone your designer's eye. You won't be a pro overnight. Just get out there and have some fun. And build something that makes you happy, because at the end of the day, that's what really matters. It's your game. Build how you want to. I love you all very, very much. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you next time.